Marhaba all you amazing people, Rashid the Arab Gamer here to give you a sort of quick impressions on what I think of Resident Evil Revelations 2 so far. Now originally I was going to do a review for episode 1, but seeing as how it's an episodic content, I decided to hold back and wait until the whole thing is released before I give it my score. So what do I think of it so far? Well, it's pretty good. It feels like a genuine Resident Evil game as much as Revelations did. Dark corridors, limited ammo, so yeah, it feels like a genuine RE game. The story is, well, cheesy as hell. We got Claire who got kidnapped and is placed on a prison island again, but this time she is with some girl named Moria who is actually Barry Jill Sandwich Burton's daughter. They both have this weird bracelet that detects their fear and are led by a mysterious voice that wants to do evil things to them. The story is very classic Resident Evil in the sense that you'll encounter lots of cheesy dialogue, but it's good. Gameplay works pretty similar to the previous Revelations game, except the scanning feature is gone and is replaced by co-op. So you'll be able to switch between Claire and Moria, who each have their own uses. Moria, for instance, uses her flashlight and crowbar while Claire packs the heavy heat. Barry is also playable in the first episode and is accompanied by a mysterious child. The child can sense monsters and can crawl through small spaces, while Barry himself packs the heavy heat. In case you haven't wondered, this means there's one person who gets to shoot things while the other sort of assists them. I didn't find this annoying since I was playing alone, but those wishing to play split-screen co-op will probably dislike the feature of simply running around throwing bricks while the other uses the shotgun. Of course, I wouldn't be able to test the split-screen co-op since Capcom did the stupidest thing ever of removing that feature from the PC version. Bad Capcom, bad! There's also raid mode, which probably will keep you going between chapters. It's actually pretty fun and challenging, especially with friends. You can customize, level up gear, and do taunts, that sort of thing. The biggest gripe I probably have so far are the visuals and value. Visuals feel like a big step back with poor textures and sometimes very simple level design. In short, it looks like a decent last-gen game. The value can also be seen as quite debatable. Unlike other episodic titles, Capcom have already finished Revelations 2. The whole thing is done, but for some odd reason they decided to keep players waiting and divide the game into chapters. This can cause a bit of a problem since the first chapter is mostly tutorials and doesn't really have its own arc. It also doesn't help that I managed to beat it in less than 2 hours. The other thing I didn't like was bleeding. In previous Resident Evil games, whenever you get hit, you use a first aid spray or just herbs. But for some odd reason in Revelations 2, the designers decided to opt in bleeding, which basically slows down your character and does this really annoying thing that fills the screen with drops of blood. Like, it literally just fills the screen with blood and you can almost not see what the hell you're doing unless you apply this healing aid. So it's kind of annoying, and I really wish they would hopefully improve it or patch it in the next chapter. That's all I have to say about Revelations 2. I mean, personally, I think Capcom should have just released this game as a full package rather than divided into some chapter episodic content. But it's still going somewhere. It seems very interesting. For those of you who got Revelations 2, are you happy with it so far? Do you think the story is kind of weak? Do you think raid mode is alright? Let me know in the comments below. Take care and have a good one, ya Aziz.
Who's the master of unlocking now?